Good morning from beautiful Oklahoma. It's a Sunday morning. A few weeks ago on a Sunday morning, I believe I was in this same shirt even. I was getting ready for my trip to Walt Disney World. It was a fast trip. It was a fun trip. We got to do a lot. It was crowded, but the temperatures were awesome. And because the temperatures were so awesome, we stayed in the parks from morning to close, basically. And normally I don't do that because we go in July or we go in August, and the heat is so horribly bad that by 12 o'clock we're going back to our rooms, heading that way, spending the rest of the afternoon at the resort, and then maybe getting back out at 4 o'clock. But this time, wow, I have to say I love going in January. Now, like I said, the crowds were huge. They were massive. I don't know if it was because we were there a few days before the marathon and everybody was coming in for the marathon, but Figment, yes, get this, Figment, his line went out and around the building. So it was a long wait for Figment. And even in the Country Bears, yes, the Country Bears, there was a massive audience, and I've never been in there when there's been a big crowd. And the same thing with Carousel of Progress. It was packed out. I've never had to sit in the back, scrunched up next to other people. Usually you have pretty much free reign of the theater on Carousel of Progress. So the crowds were pretty huge, but we did get to ride a lot. Now, we didn't go into the Rise of the Resistance, or I didn't even step into Star Wars Land. I know that's pretty bad of me, but I knew I wasn't going to get on, so why torture myself? I'm going to wait and see the land when we can actually go and ride rides. And speaking of that, Fast Passes are now open for Smuggler's Run. So I was able to book some of my clients that are going in March. I was able to get them a Fast Pass to Smuggler's Run. So I'm so excited for them because that was one of the things they wanted to do. But anyway, it was a great trip. Now flying back, I'm not a real big fan of flying. I'm getting used to it. But flying back, my daughter compared it to riding the Tower of Terror for a few hours straight. Because flying back, we had storms in Houston, Dallas, Oklahoma, where I live, where we're trying to get to, tornadoes, and then snow. It was everything. And so the turbulence on the plane ride back was a little intense for me, but we made it. All in all, it was a great trip, memory-making trip, just awesome, wonderful. So I wanted to ask, has anybody watched A Day in Disney on Disney Streams? I believe maybe it's One Day in Disney. I can't actually remember the title. It's on my phone, which is recording me right now, so I can't see it. But, oh my, that show it's awesome. I have to admit, I was crying through it. There's several different little shorts, and it's about employees who work, or cast members, let me say that right. They're not employees, they're cast members that work at the different Disney parks or even Pixar. There was one story, and I really did cry through this one, and it was about a lady who is now a performer in the Finding Nemo musical at Animal Kingdom. She told a story about being at Disney with her mom, who had cancer, and I believe her other sisters that were there with her too, and how this was a most memorable trip for her mother because she was going through, I guess bald and all the evidence of the cancer on her body. And they got to watch the electrical parade. That's when they had the parades with the spectral magic and the lights, and it was just beautiful. And she said there was this butterfly. They wheeled her mom up close to the parade route, sitting in her wheelchair, and there was this butterfly that was dancing in the spectral magic parade, and that butterfly, just the girl, the lady, the cast member came over and just put her hand on the mom's shoulder that's dying of cancer and just gave her a beautiful smile. And that one act of kindness, that one smile, that one touch from another human changed that whole trip, impacted not only the mom, but the daughter, who knew that she had to work at Disney. And she tried out when she got older for the part of, I believe it's Dora in Finding Nemo. And just the love and the magic and the miracle of what they do at Disney. She said, I want to give and be that same person that brings that hope, that brings that joy that cast member did for my mother that night. And you know, that is the true magic of Disney. I've told you guys over and over, I don't go for the rides. There's some rides I enjoy, there are a lot of the slow rides, but that is not what draws me to Disney. I am drawn to Disney, Walt Disney World, Disney parks, because of their level of excellence, their level of caring, their level of bringing hope, joy, inspiration. Now you may say, oh, Disney's in it for the money. That's why they're so accepting of everybody. They want to make that bottom dollar. Yes, they do want to make the money, but that's what we're all in business for, is to make some money. That's why you go to work, to make some money. But what they do, you can't tell me that there is not some of Disney excellence in the people that they hire. They have got to know who they're hiring, that these people are going to be difference makers, that these people are going to care. So that is an aspect that Disney does hire some awesome cast members. I know others get through and they have to weed them out, but the overall underlying principle of Disney is that they do care. Doesn't matter your race, your religion. When you come in through those gates at a Disney park, you're the guest and they care about you. And so if you want to call it an escapism, yes, I've had tragedy in my life. Yes, I've had pain. I haven't had the sickness like this mom had that had the cancer. But I've had times that I just needed hope. I needed some joy. I needed to forget about what was going on in the world. And Disney has a great way of allowing you to just relax, to be their guest, to be pampered, to be loved. There's just something magical about a Disney park. And like I said, those shorts for One Day at Disney on Disney streaming on the Disney Plus, if you have an opportunity, watch some of those, because a lot of those cast members, they're doing that. They're at that job because they wanted to be there and they wanted to make a difference. How about you? You can make a difference. You can be that act of kindness. You can be that simple touch to someone that may not be on this earth in 2 months, but you can change their life today. You have but this one life to live. So go out and capture your moments.